Federal help for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, but will it come with strings attached? Congressional overseers want to know why CEOs are doing so well when investors are hurting. CNN's Brian Todd reports.
A mortgage meltdown. Stock prices for two of the nation's giant lenders plummet amid fears about the historic downturn in the housing market. Still, the CEOs of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are bringing in huge salaries. Daniel Mudd of Fannie Mae, more than $12 million in salary, bonuses, and long-term incentives last year. Freddie Mac's Richard Siren got $10.5 million last year.
It's not appropriate for people to be making tens of millions of dollars if they are reliant on a potential help from the taxpayers.
The two companies were created by Congress to help provide mortgage funding, with the understanding that the government, the taxpayers, would back them up financially if they got in trouble. That hasn't happened yet, but Democratic Congressman Barney Frank wants to regulate how much the top executives of Fannie and Freddie make.
We're not asking anybody to take an oath of poverty, but I believe that paying at a level of a couple of $1 million a year, $3 million a year, that's going to get you the talent you need.
But both companies are privately run, trade on the open market. They tell CNN their executive stock awards dropped last year because the firm's stock prices went down. A Freddie Mac official said that company's board believes Richard Siren's salary is justified because he led them to a greater share of the mortgage market. One analyst says even with quasi-government involvement in Fannie and Freddie, maybe we shouldn't be so outraged at those salaries.
Fundamentally, companies need to offer compensation for talent. Combined, the two firms shoulder $5.2 trillion in outstanding government debt. That's about half of the outstanding U.S. mortgage market. And they're as important, if not more important, than any Wall Street firm.
And Morna Desmond points out the Fannie and Freddie execs make much less than the CEOs of many Wall Street firms. Still, given the foreclosure crisis, Congress will push hard to have more control over these lenders. Under Barney Frank's bill, if Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae tap into the government's proposed expanded line of credit, meaning more potential money from taxpayers, their shareholders and executives would not be paid dividends if the stock prices of those companies go back up. Brian Todd, CNN, Washington.